Said on the administration's work to assess the withdrawal from Afghanistan. As you all know, over these many months, departments and agencies key to the withdrawal conducted thorough internal after-action reviews, each of them examining their decision-making processes as well as how those decisions were executed. Today, they are making those reviews available to relevant committees in the Senate and in the House, as previewed by Secretaries Blinken and Austin in testimony last month. Those reviews, as Karine said rightly, fed into a process looking across the administration. So today, we are also making available to all of you and to the public a document that provides our perspectives on the withdrawal and outlines in broad strokes some of what we learned, as well as how we are already implementing some of those lessons. That document will be posted to the White House website at the conclusion of my briefing. But I'd like to take some time, if you'll allow me, to provide you an overview. First, and most critically, the President's decision to end the war in Afghanistan was the right one. The United States had long ago accomplished its mission to remove from the battlefield the terrorists who attacked us on 9/11 and to degrade the terrorist threat to the United States from Afghanistan. And now, with that war over, we can more squarely address the most pressing challenges of our day. America is on a stronger strategic footing, more capable to support Ukraine and to meet our security commitments around the world, as well as the competition with China, because it is not fighting a ground war in Afghanistan. Of course, we continue to address terrorist threats, which, as the President accurately assessed, had migrated to other parts of the world through effective over-the-horizon operations, including those that took out the leaders of al-Qaeda and ISIS, al-Zawahiri and Haji Abdullah, respectively. But while it was always the President's intent to end that war, it is also undeniable that decisions made and the lack of planning done by the previous administration significantly limited options available to him. President Biden led a deliberate, rigorous, and inclusive decision-making process that was responsive to facts on the ground. He focused keenly on the need for proper planning. In fact, President Biden directed his top national security leaders to begin planning for a withdrawal even before he had made the final decision to leave Afghanistan. He ordered troop reduction plans to turn over bases and equipment to the Afghan government, as the previous administration had negotiated, plans to draw down our diplomatic presence, and plans to evacuate both American citizens and Afghan allies alike. Indeed, evacuation planning started in spring of 2021, and the President ordered additional military forces pre-positioned in the region by midsummer in case they were ever needed. Throughout, President Biden insisted that his team plan for worst-case scenarios, such as the fall of Kabul. Nobody's saying that everything was perfect, but there was a lot that went right, and a lot of Afghans are now living better lives in this country and other countries around the world because of the sacrifices and the work of so many American government officials. So yeah, there's a lot to be proud of, Peter.
In reading this, you seem to be conceding that evacuation should have happened sooner and faster, saying we now prioritize earlier evacuations, noting that today you would message evacuations more aggressively. I understand you've made clear the President does not have any regrets about his decision to withdraw. But in hindsight, in reading this, does the President have any regrets about how this withdrawal was carried out?
The President's very proud of the manner in which the men and women of the military, the Foreign Service, the intelligence community, I went on and on and on, conducted this withdrawal. But look, I've been around operations my entire life, and there's not a single one that ever goes perfectly according to plan. Things happen. Sometimes enemies get a vote, and you always want to learn from that. And one of the things that we learned, and I talked about it here in my opening statement as well, is that you gotta that balance of striking when do you pull out when a government is under threat, particularly a friendly government, and do so in a way that doesn't undermine the very government you're trying to support. That's a tough balance to strike, and it's different in every single case. And as I said, we learned from Afghanistan, and we applied that lesson in Ukraine and Ethiopia, that being aggressive in the information space and being willing to move a little sooner may be the best thing.
But does he wish he had done things differently?
The President, I think everything is laid out here in this document about the main takeaways, the main lessons that we learned. And again, the president's enormously proud of the men and women who conducted this withdrawal.